Guten Tag and welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Football Manager 2019, and we are managing Kaiserslautern, die Roten Teufel. Second season, we're in 2 Fussball Liga in Deutschland, and things have been going okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any real complaints. I don't know at the time of recording this, there comes Copper, if we're actually going to, this video is ever going to see the light of day, because I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to actually film enough videos to make it worth the season 2, but we're going to try. So we're recording this one. We are not quite through the transfer window, but we're close. You can see right now, there's no, you might see some names you don't recognize up there, but you know, we played through the friendlies, and the friendlies went as friendlies do. The season started. We faced off with Jan Regensburg at home on fan day. We got it right out of the way. Sold 42,616 tickets on TV. And it was a pretty boring 1-0 win. But we'll take it. We're expected to finish about 12th, which is the very bottom of mid-table as far as I can determine. We have told the board that we are going to finish mid-table because that was the lowest option I had. And we told the board we would make it to our second level of the Pokal Cup, which we failed miserably to do last time, but we lost to, I think, the champion. Did I ever check? We'll check in a second. We'll see how far they went. Anyway, so we won our first match 1-0 against Jan Regensburg. Then we had Erzgebirge. That's not right, I'm guessing, but we played them anyway. 1-1 draw, and you can see we kicked it off again. Beata got another goal, 27th minute, and they equalized early in the second half, and that was kind of it. And we didn't play spectacular. We had a couple injuries, and injuries are an issue. We had 50% more injuries last season than can be expected, and we lost major time throughout friendlies already, so it's going to continue to be a thing. This was a match I originally thought about recording and then says, no, we're going to get our ass kicked. I'm not going to do it. It's the Pokal. It's against Augsburg, who's expected to do reasonably well in Bundesliga. And we won. I mean, see right there. We got one. We got two just before the first half ended, and then we hung on. They got one late to make it close. We played pretty well. Hemline was the hero. He was back injured, and yeah, he played great. Played great. No arguments. All from the wing. Today we're going to play Paderborn, also on TV. Everything's been on TV so far. By the way, we made a fair amount of money. We got $575,000 for the TV money, and like another 100 or 200,000 for the first round. And we're going to make another we're going to make close to $1 million on this one, win or lose. So that's good. Between TV money and the prize money. Prize money is the same for the Pokal for both the winner and the loser. It's just the winner gets to move on to another round, right? So anyway. All right, let's talk about transfers real fast. Let's jump into that. Let's talk about players who have left first. Andre Hanal, the aging Canadian, we found a home for. He left on a free to Grodig. Dominic Schott, I wasn't expecting to sell. I really like him. He's good. He can play all across the back line, but we got offered 140, potentially 175,000. So actually, it was like 120, and I asked for a little bit more, but we got up to 140, 175 to Erzgebirge, and then we beat him. Yay us. Anyway, wasn't a plan, but it happened. Wolfgang Hessel, we found a new home for. We had already made an agreement to loan him out, and then Sandhausen came looking for him, so we sent him on a free. We have 3 youngsters out on loans. This one we just brought in, but we'll get to him in a second. Michael Clemens and Julian Loschner are, they're never going to be of use to us, so I don't really care what happens to them. So we sent them out. Players in, we got Gökhan Gül on loan. I actually ended up with this player as well on loan in my first playthrough. For Fortuna Dusseldorf. I don't remember if I got him on loan or if I bought him, but by the time I found him this game, I'd forgotten all about him actually till I'd already signed him and had him on the team and went, oh yeah, it's that guy. He's very good. You can see right here, valued at 275. I want to say they wanted 2 million or something if we were to sign him just outright, but we got him on loan. And 3-star ability, 4.5-star potential. Again, potential doesn't really matter to us as much because he's a loanee. Physicals are great. Mentals are really good. Technicals are okay, 12, 13, 15. His passing is kind of miserable. He's not a ball playing. I mean, it's a 10, right? And he's got 9 vision, so he's not horrible, right? Anticipation is 11. But, we don't really want... He's not our playmaker from the back line there. So, anyway, Really good. We're happy to get him. He's 21 years old. Then we brought in Marco Waymans. Again, this player is meant to just be depth, right? We weren't looking for anything else. I didn't want to spend any money in this transfer window. That was the goal. We were going to try to get what we got either on loan or on freeze. Because we lost Chad, I ended up looking for a little bit more. Remember last season, we lost Kevin Krause, Lucas Spalvis, and Mads, all big name players. So we more or less replaced them, but I was just trying to fill in a little bit better. So Gokin is really our big defensive save, at least for this season, to solidify that back line. So we got two good center defenders back there. Anyway, Marco Waymans. He was going to play left wing, and he's good. Left only, a lot of green over there in the technicals, including an 11 long shot, so we can use him as attacking winger back there. So he's going to be a backup kind of left winger is the plan. At the time, I thought we were going to sell Florian Pick, and he plays left and right, and so I needed somebody that could play on the left because we're a little bit light on players over there. So we brought him in. We ended up not selling Pick. He turned down a couple offers. Again, people came in with big money like for Dominic, and so I said okay, but he turned them down. I was happy to keep him. But anyway, reasonable player. Mentals are okay. Physicals are decent. Technicals are decent. I love the first touch of 15. That's spectacular. Then we needed some extra depth in the midfield. My players are still bitching about midfield depth. So we brought in Santiago Enemy? The enemy within. Again, first touch, passing technique, all 14s. And that 14 technique helps everything else. Great decisions, reasonable vision, and he works hard. So physicals are but I figure for a deep line playmaker, something along those lines, just central defender on support, he'll be fine. He doesn't have to be fast for that. 2 stars. Balanced personality, he should fit in. And then I made a discovery. Well, I looked at a couple guys. I had somebody else I wanted to bring in on a free, and he wanted like $250,000 signing bonus, another $75,000 for his agent, and we just couldn't afford that. Like, no transfer fee, great. And then twice as much money as we had in our transfer window just for bonuses. But I managed to get Alphonse Amada here instead on loan. So he's going to fill in the middle. We've got a couple different positions or different formations that we'll talk about. He might be our best midfield player at this point, and he also plays on the right, which I've considering experimenting with a little bit. So we'll talk about that as we go. But just, he's great all the way around. If he had leadership, he'd be spectacular. But again, he's a loanee, so we're not as worried about leadership because he's not staying. So that's what we got going on. Tactics, that's what I'm looking for. Come on, let's get here. So we got 2 tactics. We've got this one where we play an advanced midfielder, and in this one I'm going to play Beata there. And you can see right here, this is kind of the beginning of the experimentation. I can play Amada down here on the right wing, which he likes a lot as our wing back. Then we can move Cruiser up for an inside winger. And he also is fine there. He's not a natural at it right now, but he's good at it. And his stats are spectacular. With that 14, 15, 11 up at the top there for his stats, good free kick taking, long throws, passing, tackling. He's got good vision. His anticipation is his only weakness, is kind of a playmaker up there, but I can live with that. And with good composure, he might even make some long shots, and he's fast. 14 and 12, and then Amade back here, 13 and 12. So we've got a little bit of speed over there. On this side, 13 and 16, and we've got Zook 14 and 13 as well. So we've got speed on the wings all the way around, which is great. Now, to do that, we have to do something else with Hemline, who you can see can score goals. So I'm thinking about playing him as a pressing forward up here. He has a finishing of 12, but he's got good acceleration, 14. Pace isn't too bad. He's got a little bit of strength. His bounce is his only real weak. Well, he doesn't jump, so he's not going to be a target man. But he can play in there. His mentals are really good. He's very determined. He's brave. He can get up there and mix it up with everybody else, and he's got the 12 finishing and 12 long shots. So we'll try him there. I don't foresee that being a final thing, but we're gonna give him a shot. And even defensively, he's not going to. Well, his marking's terrible. I take that back, and his tackling is pretty bad. So we'll see. And then we run Beata back here. New Decker, Feshner back there like we're used to seeing. Gokhan Ghoul and Malcolm, who we brought in last season, I guess, as the direct Kraus replacement, both back here. And again, 10 and 10 for passing for both of them. Yeah. So Not terrible, not spectacular. We can live with it. So that's kind of it. And you can see we have a few injuries here. He's already injured on loan. Gino Fisher's injured. Hemline was injured. Sternberg was injured. We can look at that real fast. Let's go history. Yeah, you can see Hemline was out for all of the preseason. He's just back. He was out for 4 weeks. We lost Osger for 3 weeks. Yannick Sternberg was out for a couple weeks. Like, I mean, this is all essentially through the friendlies. Feshner missed a little bit of time, a week for that. And Mustafa, who plays for the youth team, the second team, missed a little bit. So, yeah, 8 injuries this season already. So we shall see how that goes. I think that's probably it. I cover all the bases. Finances are garbage. We talked about that a little bit at the end. You know, last season we had the money from finishing last in Zwei League, which is like $7 million, which left us about $7 million. This season we won 600,000. So we were about here, but we did just get the Pokel money. So we've got a little bit, and another $1 million hopefully for the next match. And who knows, we might make it farther than that. I doubt it, but you never know. So I think that's it. So I think tactics. Let's talk about tactics a little bit more. I've got 2 tactics. I've got this one, which is our more offensive one, and I have this one, which is our more defensive one. In this one, we would play Amade or Feshner here, probably Feshner here, Amade here. Heimland would move down, Cruiser would move back, and we would play one of our other strikers. We could play Huth, we could play Timmy, it depends on what we want. Bergman could also play up there. He can also play on the right. You know, we got a lot of options there. Bergman can play either spot on the right, actually. So, although his marking 9, tackling 8, whatever, positioning of 10, but he can play up there as well. So, originally I was thinking Cruiser stays back here. We put Bergman here and Hemline up here. Huth, in theory, should be better, but I've never got huge amounts out of Huth, although it looks like he should be good. Partly, I think, just because he doesn't have any acceleration. He's got pace, but no acceleration, so we don't have that quick break. But other than that, you know, his off the ball is good. He's not a playmaker by any stretch of the imagination, but anyway, so that's what we got. However, I thought about playing this when we were against bigger teams we expected, you know, either away or just teams at the top of the table when we're at the bottom. But I practiced it a little bit in a couple games, and we play better even against the better teams. Like in that 1-1 draw, we looked much better doing this than we did our defensively. We've been running like 39% possession through the first half. So I've made a couple changes. The first was I want to say that we don't want to go to these guys because we kick it up all the way up here, and we're not good enough, and it doesn't go anywhere. So let's just go ahead and let's try distributing to the playmakers. We'll put it up the middle a little. Well, no, let's just go center backs. They have 11. Or we could go fullback. Somewhere back here. Let's distribute it out quickly to the back line. Let them play it forward. I think that's fine. Counter press. And I think we're doing okay past that. So let's go with that. In possession, I think I want to do shorter passing. Again, we're having horrible possession, and even in the last season, the other league, they kept telling us we should do shorter passing. We've got hit early crosses. I'm not sure about that. I think the guys we have are, you know, on the wings are just as likely to score as anybody else. So I want to take that off. Maybe we leave the underlap on. Except now I have him. I think originally I meant let's swap that. Let's go this way. Let's look for overlap, because right now I have those guys set as inside wings or inverted wings, whatever they're called. So they're going to go this way. So we can look for the overlap. So we've got Sternberg and Enemy. Well, it just says players on the wing look for on the right flank, hold the ball and look for an overlapping player and support. Let's try this. Let's stick with underlap. Let's try that. And attacking width is wide. We don't time waste. That looks good for me. So let's save that. And I want to make the same change over here, or similar changes over here. So in transition, we're going to go back to those guys. Should be quickly. This time we're going to hold our shape. We're going to regroup. In possession again, we're going to do, nope, we're going to do less passing right there. This is going to be more of a counter, sit back and counter, where maybe we run like Timmy up front or somebody fast. So let's go for hit early crosses. I think something like that. That looks good. And again, we'll save this and then we'll play a match. At the moment, we're 7th. We need to finish 12th. For that, we need to get about 4 points every 3 matches. That should leave us at 44 points, give or take, which, judging in past seasons, should be enough to keep us 12th or better, and clearly out of relegation, right? We don't want to get relegated, but we're supposed to finish up here to make the board happy. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we already talked about the formation, so we want this one right there. So let's go ahead and give that a try. Fechner's still injured. He's coming back. We'll see how that goes. If he has problems, or Hemline has problems, we might shuffle. So Hemline has problems, we'll bring in Timmy or Huth, Elias there. If Fechner has problems, we'll move Amade back up here. Cruiser will come down, and we either slide him over and put in Timmy or Elias, or we put in Bergman. We'll just have to figure out how we want to do it at the time. It'll depend on how Hemline's doing as a striker. So, let us go for it. And I'm recording, right? I didn't do all this talking. Yes. We do have a new assistant coach. Among others, can I click on him? This is him. Good at actually coaching, which is nice. Great with working with youngsters. Good man management. Reasonable for our level of playing ability and potential. We'll give him a little faith. We should be Paderborn. They are expected to finish last. So fingers crossed. We will do okay. And let's kick off. So we are away. And we've been a little bit lucky so far with 2 wins and a draw. So we're not going to get, even against the bottom of the barrel teams, we're not going to win consistently. This is going to be like last season. We were bored, for the last half as we just cruised to victory. And even then, remember, we lost a lot of games. We had that rough patch at the end of last season too. Possession for us, those better so far, 61%. It's early days, but like I said, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone or to finish with a possession of 38, 39%. So hopefully our changes here will help. And so far they seem to be, even though we are on our more offensive kind of formation, tactic, whatever we want to call it, with our 4-4-1-1. Let's throw out a get creative maybe? See if we can get something going the last 10 minutes here. It's been pretty even so far, 5-5. We've had a half chance. We still got edged possession. That's nice. Not really seeing much for... I'm not seeing much for anybody. I can't blame Hemline for that. Pretty boring first half, but like I said, get another draw. That would get us 8 points in 4 matches. That's spectacular. We can take that all day long. See, we've got a 7 here for Malcolm. Good job. Appreciate their efforts. Yeah, I think that's fine. Do we want to... Let's go ahead and let's swap in... We could even... Well... No, I mean, we could swap those two as well. We could actually, just for... What if we do this, this, and this? So Hemline's back at his normal spot. Cruiser's at his normal. Beata's there. And we try Amade up here. He doesn't have great finishing. What is Newdecker's finishing? Also not good. But better? 8-13 composure. Finishing 7-12 composure. Long shots 10. So let's do this. I think that's okay. And I think I'm going to make him a box-to-box midfielder and support. Let's get him a little bit farther forward. Try to tie this in together. We should be able to put a lot of people in the box this way. I think that looks good. Let's start that. See how this goes. I mean, it's hard to tell if the tactic's working or Hemline is working up there. I worry that there's not enough speed up there for him to really be able to break away. We'll just have to see. Trying to get a little more versatility. God, there's nothing going on in this match. Have we had any highlights yet? I tell you what, let's do it this way. Let's go here, and we'll go to extended for the last 30 minutes. There we go. We got a highlight. We had to cheat to get it by putting it on extended, and that wasn't much of one. Let's go ahead and make another sub. Hemline's not doing great. And he's still tired from the injury. Let's go Bergman there. We'll leave Alf. Swap those two around. Let's go Timmy. Let's get a little bit of speed up there. So we got Timmy up front, Beata at mid-center again, or attacking mid-center. Neudecker and Alphonse in the middle, and Bergman on the right. Let's give that a try. What I like is these players are so versatile that we can mix and match, and which is probably going to get us in trouble because we're probably going to screw with it too much. We've kind of edged this one. We've got a couple half chances so far, which means they'll probably score. Oh, that got cleared out. A robust challenge by Gokungul, but that one goes out for a corner. And it just rolls through. There we go. So that was a clear-cut chance. So I was going to say we edged it, but at that point, not so much. I'm going to demand more. So Cruiser says, okay. Score! Goal! Kaiserslautern. Cruiser, he lives up to that one right away. Gets the deflection and comes right back off of somebody's face. He takes a step outside, puts it in, and the goal does something weird. I think we need to look at our physics engines there. It's like gravity just stops for a second. And we're up. And we're still unbalanced. You know, we can play with this somewhat, you know. We could even at this point. Here, let's pause. Go to tactics. Now, what we can do is, because we've got this, we can drop over to here. No, let's leave him there, and then let's put Lohmannsruben right in there, like that. So he plays an attacking playmaker, right? Because we don't have an attacking mid-center there, so he's got to get up a little bit to try to make this connection. He's just a straight central midfielder, nothing fancy. We're still on inside wings. We're still on wingbacks. But these guys are in support now instead of attack. And these guys are not ball playing. I don't remember if they are on the other one or not. But and I think we could probably drop us back to cautious as well. Quick change. See this one out. We're not going to win exciting games here, I don't think. And we still might get a lot of draw. This might be a draw there. Look at that. Amandi steps in. Great. Thiel gets kind of raped there in the corner, though. They try to feed it back in. Cruiser's there. Heads it over Michael, who's unable to get to it, but they do manage to keep it in. We get guys, plenty of guys back, though. Good defense. Herzenbruch makes another attempt. I didn't see who pushed it out, but it was a nice block. Lohmannsruben got the head, kept him from feeding it in, but they're still managing to hang on. Feed it in. Sternberg's got it. Oh, beautiful shot back in. Sievers is there, though. Good positioning. Pushes it out wide. They get a corner here. They're keeping the pressure on. Zook just rolls that one on out. Gouillet tries to get it, and we just slide tackle his butt. Push it out. It's going to be a throw in there on the side. Gets up to Clement, who just puts it out the back of the goal on accident. Bad, tempted to pass it in, but bad first touch. And just blow the whistle, ref. Sievers sits on it for a little bit, puts it up out to the wing. Game over, 1-0. Sternberg lost possession, huh? Maybe we need to have him pass a little bit more. I wonder if he's trying to dribble it all the way up, or if that's just from him trying to get crosses inside. It's not really a... It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. We appreciate their efforts. Heck yeah. And that is a win. Like I say, Paderborn is somebody we should win. But, we have to get the points when we can because, we're supposed to be here, which means there's only 6 teams in theory that we're expected to be able to beat with any regularity. So the faster we can get to 40 points, the better. With a game up on a bunch of people, we're in first place with 7 points. So, we need to get 33 more over the next 33 games. 1 point a game from here on out. But that's nice. I mean, that's already, down to 1 point a game. So 3 points out of every 3 rather than 4 points out of every 3. We've done really well with that. We played Neudecker enough games. We had to pay them another $120,000. So that's a big chunk out. Cruiser sharp. He got a goal. Passing was okay. Key passes. Relentless in defense. I guess tell him his defense was good. All right. Whatever. We failed at the mini game. Schubert's there. He's been watching Gokun Ghoul, his player. That's fine. Coolvetter apparently crushed some people there. Flying start in the 3rd minute. We win 4-2. We're going to see. Remember, our number 2 team also got promoted. So there's still 2 leagues back from us. 1 league under the 3rd Dry Liga. But that's it. So, yeah, we've got Dormstadt coming up. Let's kind of kick through the rest of this. Were there any other... So we still got some teams to play. So St. Pauli could clearly leapfrog us, but we're at least, well, they could be 7 points. And if they won, they'd have goal differential. That's it. We could be in 3rd place at the end of this for now. Like, we're not staying there. Don't get excited. But I think that's a good thing. Like I say, we're down to having to get 1 point every match or 3 points every 3, however you want to look at it, rather than 4. So we've already shaved a little bit of that off with a hot start. So if we can win those teams, we can be okay. And like I said, we're going to make a little bit more money when we get to the next round of the Pokal. So, we can look at that. Competitions. Pokal. We've got Hamburger, unfortunately, another good good team, but a Bundesliga 2 team. So this one we have a chance of getting past. Last time we played Hamburger SV in the Pokal Cup, it was for the finals. They managed to win it, but it was a finals match, which is pretty cool. And we can check here at the rules. You can see we are going to make not as much as I was thinking, 268 for the second round. First round, we made 140. So if we can, rules. Oh, we do it right here. If we make it to the 3rd round, 527,000 plus whatever the TV money is there. So, we could get into some real money here, which we're going to need because we made no money winning last season. So that's it. Anyway, hope you guys see these. I hope I get enough of them out. Probably not going to be, we did 9 for last season. Probably not going to be that many. But if we can get 5 or 6 out anyway, that'd be awesome. So hopefully we'll see you next time. Cheers.